I told this to the studio audience moments ago, and I'm going to tell it to you folks at home now. If this show is on the air for the rest of the century, there's never going to be a better chance to see a fine example of what we're doing than right here tonight. We have such an assortment. We have such an assortment of interesting guests and fascinating items that just hang on to yourselves, because come to think of it, that's a much better show than I had planned.
Chapter 1. Houston, January 1973. Flat. Flat as far as the eye could see. The plane had just descended below cloud, and the hazy, humid South Texas air made the distances look shorter somehow. Chapter 11. Let there be light. What that brand new sun illuminated was a huge, swirling, flat disk of the rubble of space.
The new space race between the US and China has taken an unexpected turn, with NASA warning Beijing might try to take over the moon as part of a military space program. Live to US correspondent Tim Lester now. Now, Tim, it's quite the claim, isn't it?
Morning, Mon. Yes, it's been 50 years since we thought the US won the space race. Of course, it's dawning on us now there is a whole new one underway, and China is a vital part of that. A point made by Bill Nelson, NASA's chief administrator, in an interview in the last couple of days with the German magazine Bild, in which he said we need to be careful about the situation where China says the moon is ours, you need to leave. In other words, gets there and establishes a base and some kind of territorial, and he says potentially military.
Ever made from the White House.
Up above the dome, it's up above the dome. No matter where I may roam, this world is passing on. My home is up above the dome. Strangers and pilgrims, yes, it is up above the dome. Child of grace, that's where our home is. No matter where I may roam, this world doesn't seem like my home. It's somewhere up there above the dome. Yes, it's up above the dome. It's up above the dome.
ago, 90 million years ago, almost 90 million years, over 65 million years, tens of millions of years.
Billions, billions, million, millions, billions, billions, million, billion, billions, millions.
At least 40 million years. 40 million years. 40 million years.
Million, trillion, million, millions, million, trillion, billion, billion, million, billions, billions, billion, billions, billion.
50,000 years ago, 65 million years ago, billions of years ago.
Billions, trillion, million, trillion.
2 billion years. 14 million.
You've been going for 13 hours now.
Oh, nothing. Nothing. We're
Must be exhausted.
Hard as nails. And steel springs, that's what we are.
How do you keep your energy up?
Springs.
13-hour day.
I don't know, I think it's genetic. I have a lot of energy.
Eat Haribos by the bunch load.
No, I don't. I sometimes succumb to flapjacks.
Oh, sure, let's see. I'm an elk, a mason, a stone cutter.
just all foreign parts, isn't it?
Anyway, we thought we'd just show you that it's a totally arbitrary thing, and in fact, if the map of the world was turned the other way around, you'd find that America was down under.
Traveling on a freighter combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, oh, she made me real nervous. She took me in and she gave me breakfast. She said, you come from a land down under, women glow and men thunder. Can't you hear the thunder? Oh, baby, you better take cover. Sit down. Bang that from a man in Brussels, 6'4" and full of muscle. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. He said, I come from a land down under, a Peter's flow and Mentionler. Can't you hear the thunder? Well, better run, you better take cover. Get the Lyman again in Bombay. In such a not a lot to say. I said to them all night, you try to trust me, because I come from the land of the Yankee. I might. Can't you hear it? Yeah. Just once more for my friends.
I'd tell you about it at 11.
And take the fire from your eyes. Take the fire from your eyes. Just need to feel the heat. Labor castles underground for the rich electric elite. Keep all the home fires dirty. Don't let the lights go out. The streets are empty and there's nobody about. We'll be alright in the morning time. Yeah, we're doing fine. I'll see you fast as you can, get ready to run. Keep all the food light. Don't come crying for more. Signs were there, you should have bought connections before. We'll be alright in the morning time. Yeah, you ain't fine. I'll see you on the nightline. Such a big joke. It's the talk of the town. All the planets to whom I spoke are trying their best to play it down. Keep the fire from your eyes. You must make them feel the heat. Oh, but my head's unsteady and I need to keep on my feet. We'll be alright in the morning time. Oh, yeah. But you ain't fine. I'll see you on the nightline. Jump off the Eiffel Tower. Just have a look around. Move fast, the tunnels of the underground. Move fast, the tunnels of the underground. Let's go. Just all foreign parts, isn't it?
Anyway, we thought we'd just show you that it's a totally arbitrary thing, and in fact, if the map of the world was turned the other way around, you'd find that America was down under.
Traveling on a freighter combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, oh, she made me real nervous. She took me in and she gave me breakfast. She said, you come from a land down under, women glow and men thunder. Can't you hear the thunder? Oh, better, you better take cover. She said, no. Bang that from a man in Brussels, 6'4" and full of muscle. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. He said, I come from a land down under, a Petersburg and then Chandler. Can't you hear the thunder? Oh, better run, you better take cover. Get the Lyman again in Bombay. It's a job, not a lot to say. I said to the man, now you try to trust me, because I come from the land of the Atlantic. I might. I'm in the weather. Can't you hear it? Yeah.
Is the Earth round?
No, of course not, you idiots.
The Earth is the...
And I'm doing cat stuff.
Sayonara!
Our whole lives we spend looking at the horizon and it's flat. I mean, it's flat. That's all. That's what the horizon's supposed to look like. And you get up here to orbit.
Wars?
Not wars, global struggles. You guys like globes.
Let's go, dudes.
This is the last question. And then we'll think about it.
Но у нас действительно в некоторых регионах страны, там, где люди живут, в Сибири, вот в этом году, допустим, прошлой зимой, температура 2 недели держалась минус 50.
I will not terrorize your president with such low temperatures.
Но теперь...
Critter cam.
Aw, enough with the vomiting penguin. Just roll the credits already.
Our whole lives we spent looking at the horizon and it's flat. I mean, it's flat. That's all. That's what the horizon's supposed to look like.
So true freedom. I think this whole BS history leads us to the present, which is even more important and relevant in our lives.
Welcome to the show, where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show, if you don't know, it's part of the show. Intoxicated ape makes you believe you're spinning in space while you have no shame or grace. It's a disdainful state I used to contemplate how to save myself from my own self-hate. Wonder why I was even made with a dreadful fate, forced to try and awake with a full plate. No one to help me stay awake or educate. I got to liberate and fight through hidden gates. But my brother, heaven could never be late, and rockets don't work in space. It's all fake. The show is on Mars, it's a joke, but you're too far gone, it won't be long. Pepe's beak is strong. We have our song and we march along like streams of knowledge leading to God's holy pond, and lives of truth that hits the bong and sings the song, turns mankind from the wrong. We come in peace with a holy gown, and all of us wearing our holy crowns. So the earth is flat and we probably just won't get along. Just to go along, I said, welcome to the show, where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show, if you don't know, you don't know.
flat. Make it flat. The world she's around. She's flat. Look, she's around like the apple. She's flat like the pancake. She's around. She's a perma. She's a pudding pasta. She's around like my head. But the province of ages are the rulers of gold.
Because they're so thin and flat.
The horrors of what one virus can do. The coronavirus brought the entire world to a grinding halt, and it took massive containment measures on a global scale. Our main concern was the amount of greenhouse gases being released from the frost melting away. But now we have a different concern altogether. It is the release of dangerous ancient microbes buried deep under the permanent frozen zone. And this is according to researchers who revived nearly a dozen viruses, including one frozen under a lake more than 48,000 years ago in the Siberia region of Russia. These reanimating viruses are potentially a significant threat to public health, although further study needs to be done to assess the danger that these infectious agents could pose as they are eventually released into the atmosphere.
Being flattened. Because they're so thin and flat.
bear with me. If you didn't know, there's a rise of flat earthers. I've noted publicly that I think it's evidence of two facts. One, we live in a country that protects free speech. Two, we live in a country that has a failed education system. An entire generation of people that do not know what science is or how and why it works. They think they're being skeptical in a healthy sort of way, but they're being ignorant in an ignorant sort of way. Flat Earth International Conference. Antarctica runs around the edge in a ring. All photographs reportedly taken from space are computer-generated images or shot through a fisheye lens. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
If there was like a topological map, it's mostly flat.
The world is flat.
I'm pleased to announce that NASA has entered the planning stages of a mission to approach that cute girl from the laundromat. Senior project scientists Dr. Adam Thompson and Dr. Carson Harper discovered the girl 3 months ago at a Houston area sudden save between dryers 4 and 5, giving
Hi, I'm Stephen Colbert, and you're watching This Year at NASA on NASA TV.
No, I'm telling you.
No, this is Stockholm Syndrome.
No. I've never been to Stockholm, so it can't be.
You don't have to.
He's unbelievable.
This is the best cartoon of all time.
Balls in space. Balls in space. I'm Uncle Sam. How do you do? I don't rain. Skin the goat.
Flat Earther. You guys probably heard.
Surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere. Go check out the snowcat in the radio and you'll see what I mean. Go check it out. Go check it out. Go check it out.
The world is flat and we're inside and we have fallen off again. It really helps.
Will always look flat.
Shake the head.
Good to see you, Mike. How are you, Mo? All right, you got everything you want?
I'm Uncle Sam.
Say that the world is flat. That's worth reporting. Will always look flat.
Is the Earth flat?
Mo? All right, you got everything you want?
Come on, Barney. You can tell your grand poobah.
Well, for your information, the logic...
Is the Earth flat?
We all know it's a flat, right?
Of course it's flat. Sure, I know the world is flat.
Well, so do I. Everybody knows that. Now, why, that's easy. Now, there's the whole flat world as we know it.
Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg?
Will always look flat.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Wait, I thought I was ground control.
Papua New Guinea. Hi, Young Band's song Round contains a lyric that simply doesn't add up.
I'm on this earth, baby, it ain't round, 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 round.
Well, flat on the moon. The shadow is curved. While we cannot say for sure whether or not Young Bands is a flat earther, he wouldn't be the first MC to boast this club. Atlanta's B.O.B. is a big supporter.
Flatline, you
Food is for the last time. Flatline, flatline. Now, flat earthers encourage folks to do their own research because images and videos can be faked.
Will always look flat. Will always look flat.
Well, that, my friends, does add up. I'm Jacques Morel with Genius News, bringing you the meaning and the knowledge behind the music.
We've all been on the receiving end of an occasional text or call from the wrong number.
Will always look flat.
Or Mix-a-Lot.
Flat and stuff to the earth.
But plenty of Mix's acquaintances didn't get the memo.
Will always look flat.
Thought about the Mix-a-Lot mix-up, he said, "That is hilarious." Poor fella. Ray also advised the 33-year-old Nichols to not open any text messages.
Will always look flat.
And that's that. Unless the word is flat. Unless the word is flat. Unless the word is flat.
Will always look flat.
Then they took everything about me and put it into a computer where they created this model of my mind. Yes, using that model.
I don't want to explain things.
The surface of the earth.
We want tough-minded people.
Bite-sized now, tinier even than science, lurking in some vague electricity.
There, all right there. Look, listen, Neil, pray. It's supposed to be 1996.
Science ain't an exact science with these clouds.
Stay alert. Keep your eyes open.
We're sending you to the third quarter of 1996, right on the money.
Believed when she foretold it. Hence, the agony of foreknowledge combined with the impotence to do anything about it.
Going right out to get vaccinated.
Obvious the Chicken Little.
Just a prank, a hoax. That boy's hiding in a barn. Wait, here. Here, do you see it? You see?
I see some red paint, some marks.
I said you can't hide from them. You got that tracking device on you.
You're one of us!
They're going to get us into some...
Points.
Bleeding letter writing stuff. Bleeding letter writing stuff.
We weren't into that kind of stuff. It's
Bleeding letter writing stuff.
We're here in the 11 Army. We're going to some...
You don't. This car. Okay, big trouble. Okay, big.
There's a car.
Okay, big. No Jeffrey Goins.
Fruitcake.
On tonight, lots of dead lamb, dead cow, dead pig. Come on, Mace. Come on.
Cats! We live like worms. They sit hickey.
Station becomes some sinister revolutionary cabal. This man is complete bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, do you realize where he thinks he comes from?
Captain Dan Miller, the man.
Oh, now do they really believe it?
It was just a prank he and his friends pulled.
On Blueberry Hill, when I found you.
You can't trick me. You're in my mind.
Trouble here. I'm losing my faith.
You sure fucked up, Walt.
I saw you. In 1996.
Did you say you saw me in 1870?
Leave me alone!
Yelling won't get you what you want. You have to be smart to get what you want. To see the sky and the ocean. To be topside with her.
You can't trick us, you know.
Really? Neither my son nor any other.
Cassandra disease?
Let's consider again our current information.
Secret experiments. That's what they do. They're watching you. Taking pictures.
The police. I know.
Because when I had anything to do with her 6 years ago, they would educate the public.
This? That's when he let 100 snakes loose in the Senate.
But we weren't into that kind of stuff. It's counterproductive. We told them.
So Then they took everything about me and put it into a computer where they created this model of my mind. Yes, using that model. Hey, 10 years? I knew I was gonna lead the army of the 12 monkeys.
There. Over there. Come on.
Let's consider again our current information.
The Army of the 12 Monkeys, they're the ones that spread the virus.
Let's consider again our current information.
Become addicted to that dying world.
I can help you. Get you out.
There's things going on in this room that you don't even notice, which is a very difficult position to put people in.
But it has to be done.
Hammer time.
Good morning to you, Hammer.
What's up, man?
What's up? Got your Texans jersey on.
Deshaun Watson.
Game day.
Mr. Primetime tonight, man.
Mr. Primetime. Excited?
Oh, yeah, I can't wait.
Big Texans fan.
Easy win tonight.
Have you ever been to Houston?
No, I don't even know where it is on the map.
All right.
Couldn't tell you. I know it's in Texas, so.
Okay. Fair enough.
Anyways.
I'm not going to I don't shame people for who they're fans of. That's
Geography
for other
is tough.
people to do.
Yeah, I'll shame people for geography lessons.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You should know which part of Texas Houston's in, at least.
I know it's in Texas.
It is in Texas.
Texas is huge, though.
It's massive.
Would you say up, down, left, or right?
I know it's close to New Orleans.
Okay,
I know that.
That's not bad then. Yeah. All right.
Speaking of geography,
it is. It's not, but it's not far. Southeastern corner, kind of Texas, Gulf of Mexico, near New Orleans.
Whatever. They got the Texans. They got J.J. Watt. They're
True.
going to win tonight.
All right, let's go. I don't think they will, but it's fine.
In the mind of geography, I'm a pretty open-minded guy.
Okay.
So when you hear people like Kyrie Irving say the Earth is flat,
right?
I've never actually been in outer space, so I'm not going to sit there and look you down in the eye and say that you're wrong. My whole thing, though, is if the Earth was flat, what would it even look like? Because, like, what's underneath Earth, I don't understand. Is it just a giant frisbee? I don't get the whole thing of it being flat.
You want this one?
Well, yeah, sure.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I'm glad you don't get the whole thing being flat. And have you been in an airplane?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, you can see the curvature of the Earth
Correct.
flying in an airplane. It's
How?
really, you don't have to even be in space.
Yeah, you don't need to be in space.
With
See
your
it going.
eyes.
With your eyes.
Kyrie Irving believed it to be flat.
You
saw this, right?
Don't get me started.
Earth looks flat, it feels flat. The logical explanation is the Earth is flat, right?
You saw this, right?
Don't get me started.
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix!
Felix Baumgartner.
Daredevil plans to jump from 23 miles above the New Mexican desert. That's 120,000 feet, 4 times higher than most passenger planes fly.
And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, wow, he's in space, look at that. No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth. If you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball, you don't see the curvature of the Earth.
I could see the curvature of the Earth.
You don't see the curvature of the Earth. If you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
That's nuts. That's insane.
Maybe if you ever fly to Houston to go see your favorite football team,
I could see a curvatation. How do you say it?
Curvature.
Curvature?
Curvature.
Curvitation is not bad either. I like that. The curvitation.
There's other, like, very distinctive signs, like when when there's an eclipse. Have you ever watched an eclipse of the moon?
I've tried. I've never actually really seen
skate
it.
up for that one.
I mean, you've seen pictures.
The shadow of the Earth goes across the moon. You can see, oh, look, we're a circle.
You've seen
that means we're a circle just because of that? I don't understand.
Well, things that cast a shadow in the shape of which, like when you're walking down the street and the sun's behind you and you look down at your shadow, it's hammer-shaped, right?
Yeah,
looks like
it is.
you.
Shaped like hammer.
So the Earth's shadow looks like the Earth. It's a big old circle.
Big old circle.
So just because I can see my shadow, that's how I know for a fact that we're just on a circle?
It's
Correct.
one of many pieces of evidence that...
that and the pictures of the Earth from space
should help you.
Should help. I mean, unless they were, it's the biggest
those are fake pictures?
conspiracy theory.
I'm just keeping an open mind.
Keep an open mind.
I'm listening to Kyrie Irving, and I'm saying, hey, man, you might not be wrong.
He's wrong.
I would give you some advice. I wouldn't listen
It
too
is the
much
worst
to Kyrie
conspiracy
Irving.
theory ever.
I
mean, there are people, there's flights that go east and west and end up at the same spot,
Yeah.
going around the globe to...
Okay, yeah, I never really thought about it like that. That makes sense. Stop. Hammer time.
Sports action you crave. Eat, drink, wager, and win.
You don't see the curvature of the Earth. If you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball, millimeters above this beach ball, 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 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat. This beach ball, this beach.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Геннадий Падалко суммарно провел на орбите больше любого другого землянина. Кусает яблоко. В космосе свежие фрукты все-таки деликатес. Падалко стал первым космонавтом, кто принял участие в сложнейшем эксперименте.
Космонавта профессионально растет.
А у вас есть изображение, да?
Он первым из космонавтов сделал селфи в открытом космосе и запомнился необычной операцией по чистке иллюминаторов МКС с внешней стороны.
Коричневый налет между трубками
Flat. It's flat.
Demanded an apology, and I'm happy to apologize. I apologize to the millions.
Dear my friends, it's a great joy for me to be here with you today. For me, it has been a privilege and an honor collaborate the effort of mankind, an effort which has displayed mutual respect and understanding between individual people and nations. The exploration of space.
Геннадий Падалко суммарно провел на орбите больше любого другого землянина.
Okay, for me it's a great honor to be crew commander for this short time commanding.
That's it.
Well done, Expedition 31, and congratulations, Expedition 32. It's a pleasure to work with all of you, and we look forward to many days and hours working with you, Expedition 32, and looking forward to congratulating our friends back down on the ground, Expedition 31.
Gentlemen, begin radical vertical impact simulation now.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Землянина 878 суток.
Well, life on Mars is a little closer to reality.
No.
This project.
I think that's true. No. Some of the sort of stuff about colonizing, terraforming Mars, that's where we start going into slight science fiction.
What he just said is...
That was about 2 times the size of a 747.
Why Mars should be the goal of our space program.
No.
And in short, it's because Mars is where the science is, it's where the challenge is, and it's where the future is.
No.
Matt, are we what life is, or are we just one example drawn from a much vaster tapestry of possibilities? This is real science. This is fundamental questions that thinking men and women have wondered about for thousands of years.
No.
The role of life in the universe. This is very different from going to the moon and dating craters in order to produce enough data to get a credible paper to publish in the Journal of Geophysical Research and get tenure. Okay. Okay.
No.
You know, okay, well, 500 years from now, people are not going to remember which faction came out on top in Iraq, or Syria, or whatever, or Syria, 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 or Syria.
One is the atmosphere looks incredibly flat. The atmosphere looks incredibly flat. The atmosphere looks incredibly flat, looks incredibly flat, looks incredibly flat, 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 flat.
No, no, no.
Кусает яблоко. В космосе свежие фрукты все-таки деликатес.
And there was these pale blue dots sitting in this void.
No.
Hello and welcome to our Expedition 43 and 44 change of command ceremony. I'm NASA astronaut Terry Virts, Expedition 43 commander, and I just want to say...
It's flat. It's flat. The world is flat.
A few words real quick. Thank you to our ground support teams. So successful. So thank you, first of all, to our ground teams.
On behalf of our agencies, special thanks to you and your crew for giving us many details. Hello, Forte High School. Здравствуйте. What an honor to be talking to you all the way from space. I'm Gennady Padalka, and I'm a cosmonaut with the Russian space program. I can smile, knowing it was worth it because I get to live my dream every day. So today, I want to tell you to reach for the stars. Look down. Reach for them, no matter who you are or where you come from. Believe me, if you set your mind to it, no one can stop you. When you find it difficult, and at times it will be very difficult, look up and remember that the stars are always there, waiting. And you can reach them. I know, because I did.
And now for something completely different.
Space. I'm pretty sure all the flat earthers, it's really just a ploy so that they can get a free trip into space to be convinced of this.
That's what I do. want to hear.
Trying to show this water. Come out to you then, or go under. I'll wish your eyes and smile a little way, get up. We pass this bottle, and then I get you run. Now lean your body up against me. This flat and trouble shape this earth. What stretches further than you've heard.
Okay. There you go.
Stage 1 landing leg deployed. Stage 1 landing.
And we had a little bit of a rough camera view there for just read the instructions.
Earth flat?
Flat Earth is what we're living on. If you think the world is round, you're totally wrong. Flat Earth is what we're living on.
What? The Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
listen,
it's not.
There's 3 ways to manipulate the mind. America. But when he got there, it was some I drive from coast to coast, and this is flat to me. I'm just saying.
To get over.
I do not go up and down in a 360-degree angle and all that stuff about gravity. Have you looked outside of Atlanta lately and seen all these buildings? So you mean to tell me that China is under us? China is under us.
If you keep they are under us.
That's
what they tell you when you're a kid?
The world is
if
flat.
you dug straight through your backyard, you could get to China.
No, you can't.
The world is not flat.
Yes, it is.
We've seen the Earth.
No, we haven't seen anything.
Yes, you have. You've seen it from satellite imagery.
Oh, satellite imagery that could be drawn and made up.
We had unlocked the secret of unlimited energy at a time when the rest of the world still thought the Earth was flat.
And then I showed examples of wide-angle lenses curving horizontal. I tweeted that.
Group somersault. Can you do one for me?
Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go. The Earth is a closed system.
You don't see the curvature of the Earth.
The Earth is a closed system.
That stuff is flat.
One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth.
Johnson put forth.
One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth.
It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. What you're seeing here is a mirage.
Most of our satellite.
Mr. President, the signal switchboard is on.
Hello?
Moon landing, take one.
All right, in this scene, you're on the moon, and it's real, and we're fooling America, and action!
It's one small step for man, one giant leap.
The moon landings alone are such a bad joke. Just look at this ridiculous footage. Do you really think that this contraption made out of cardboard, shower rods, duct tape, and a metric ton of golden aluminum foil?
Online corners of the internet.
Information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the Earth is flat. A lot of
your response is to put a box on flat.
Correct. Searching for the Earth is flat.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Watch this. Can everybody float around for us? That was really cool, Chris. Look at her. Look at her.
I think Sandy's hair is pretty much a dead giveaway.
Wow. It is.
Oh, there you go. There's a pose for you right there.
That is so cool.
The trip he took to the moon with Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. So that's what inspired me, that particular book. After that, I read lots and lots more that just inspired me further, but that was really...
Your response is to put a box saying...
Correct. Searching for the Earth is flat, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box...
Searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube.
Your response is to put a box flat.
Correct. Searching for the Earth is flat. Correct. Searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying...
I want to do it.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Your response is to put a box saying flat.
Correct. To the moon with Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. So that's what inspired me, that particular book. After that, I read lots and lots more that just inspired me further, but that was really the one that...
Your response is to put a box flat.
Correct.
Flat.
Great answer. Searching for the Earth is flat. Correct. Searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying...
Oh yeah, I can do that. I know. Oh yeah, I can do that.
Large enough relative to Earth to notice any curvature at all.
Haven't scientists always been wrong? Like...
The world was flat, the world was flat, the world was flat.
Right, right.
Well, hello to Hank and both Mikes, and Steve, Judy, and Charlie. Sounds like a little community, a town you've got going up there.
Heavy, and thank you to you, the viewers.
Don't hurt me no more.
On the Earth, these solar panels are circular and flexible. This design allows them to be very lightweight and to have a very few storage volume.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Capable of folding up like a Japanese fan. In order to...
The first floor of the XM3, it houses the power systems, thermal systems, water systems, and life support systems, all necessary for crew survival.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Activities.
Hello, Forte High School. Здравствуйте.
The human lander, or hula, is what's going to be the capsule that contains the first 6 crew members on every mission.
The general shape of the human lander is shown here.
A flat, flat.
Correct.
Flat.
Correct.
Either to Phobos or back around for a direct entry at Mars to a reasonable speed, and then we will deploy a balut in order to decrease the speed even further, on the Martian surface.
On the Martian surface, the human lander will transform into a rover.
Even if it were possible for the colonists on Mars and Phobos to be able to produce 100% of their food, water, oxygen, and nitrogen, there are just some things that cannot be produced on these bodies. That's where the cargo lander, or Carla, comes in, upon entry and descent.
When it came to JPL,
the opportunity to work with him.
He has a lot of brilliant ideas.
and he's been doing a lot of incredible work in trying to put this vision together. He has, his goal is really to find the one unified vision, this unified space vision.
This is the biggest senior design course that Purdue has had, and I was very impressed with how they work together.
New technology. It's just like when we went to the moon the first time.
New technology. It's just like when we went to the moon the first time.
All these other things came from that program.
Just our ordinary, everyday issues, and orbited the moon. They didn't land, and they read from Genesis, and they inspired people about how our Earth flat.
Correct.
History on Earth.
About how.
And to realize what a remarkable thing it will be to commit to humans permanently flat.
Correct.
Flat.
Correct.
Your response is to put a box saying
Searching for the
flat.
Earth is flat. Correct. Where you see a lot of.
Your response is to put a box saying flat.
Correct. On YouTube, where you see a lot of.
Your response is to put a box flat.
Correct. Searching for the Earth is flat. Correct.
Flat.
Correct.
What possessed you to record that then?
Well,
record, but play it.
a strange little drunk came up to me in the hills outside.
Who, Dan Hicks, was it?
I don't know.
Who else?
And thrust a piece of sheet music into my hand. And this was the song. No, actually, he was a big hero of mine when I was a bit younger.
The LP is called The Flat Earth. You've been recording it in Belgium.
Brussels, and said, Brussels?
And it's amazing. It's amazing. Do that.
The law of gravity is elusive.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight I have the privilege to announce news of an astonishing scientific breakthrough. A discovery as revolutionary to our understanding of the nature of the universe as those of Newton and Einstein. When you leave this theatre, your perceptions of space and time will have been so radically changed that you will no longer be able to accept the myths which have for so long been promoted by the scientific establishment and the military and industrial conspiracies of NASA and the Kremlin. I can reveal tonight that, contrary to your present misconceptions of the physical universe, the Earth is flat. I'm aware that this information will come as something of a surprise, shock even, but I ask you to consider this. The world on which you live is not a sphere, but it is spinning horizontally in space. Upon this disk, the land masses are arranged around two centers of opposing magnetic polarities, and these centers exert such colossal gravitational influence that any traveler trying to move in a straight line outwards from the poles will involuntarily expand and accelerate to a point which Einstein recognized as that at which a straight line inevitably becomes a curve. A traveler will therefore find himself unknowingly describing an ellipse and eventually, of course, returning to the point from which he departed. This presentation has of necessity been brief and oversimplified, but I would finally like to add that these theories are not in any way at odds with the scientific order described by Newton and Einstein. Rather, they are a logical, unifying development of gravitational and atomic physics. For too long, NASA and the Kremlin have successfully pulled the wool over our eyes. I urge you to throw off centuries of brainwashing and accept the evidence of your own experience. There is only one scheme of nature which corresponds to our everyday knowledge of the world. All else is delusion. The Earth is flat.
called the flat Earth.
Everyone thought Earth was flat. Why? Because it looked flat. And they posed the same arguments you did. If it was round, stuff would fall off on the other side. You can't have people standing upside down. What's your problem? I said, what's your problem?
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Previously on The Amazing Race.
We had a plan and we were doing it well. That. Attend a university lecture and pass an oral exam.
Nicholas Copernicus ignited the golden age of astronomy here in Prague.
Right around here from the region.
It is part of the natural physics of water and other fluids to always find their level and remain flat. If disturbed in any way, motion ensues until the flat level is resumed. If dammed up, then released, the nature of all liquids is to quickly flood outwards, taking the easiest course towards finding its new level. If the Earth is an extended flat plane, then this fundamental physical property of fluids finding and remaining level is consistent with experience and common sense. If, however, the Earth is a giant sphere, tilted on its vertical axis, spinning through never-ending space, then it follows that truly flat, consistently level surfaces do not exist here. There are rivers which flow east, west, north, and south. That is, rivers are flowing in all directions over the Earth's surface. Now, if the Earth were a globe, some of these rivers would be flowing uphill, and others down. Some of these rivers would be flowing uphill, others down. Rivers do not flow uphill. If the Earth were a globe, rolling and dashing through space at the rate of 100 miles in 5 seconds of time, the waters of seas and oceans could not, by any known law, be kept on its surface. Whenever experiments have been tried on the surface of standing water, the surface has always been found to be level. To drop the theory which supposes a curved surface to standing water is to acknowledge the facts. If the Earth were a globe, the surface of all standing water would be convex. This is an experimental proof that the Earth is not a globe. There are rivers which flow east, west, north, and south. Now, if the Earth were a globe, some of these rivers would be flowing uphill, and others down. Some of these rivers would be flowing uphill, others down. Rivers do not flow uphill. Rivers do not flow uphill. There are rivers which flow east, west, north, and south. Now, if the Earth were a globe, some of these rivers would be flowing uphill, and others down. Some of these rivers would be flowing uphill, and others down. Rivers do not flow uphill. Some of these rivers would be flowing uphill, others down. Rivers do not flow uphill. Fairy tale. A cosmic fairy tale. A cosmic fairy tale. A cosmic fairy tale.
Did you hack NASA when you were 13?
Well, because that was the agreement we made.
You and?
Me and the people I agreed with.
Its paradigms will of course naturally be drawn back in time. We'll be staying here, in this domain, after the event, directing our own lives in movies, and hopefully moving on to the next stage of this experience, learning and growth.
Space is a war-fighting domain, just like the land, air, and sea.
Frozen monkeys? Elon Musk's convertible? I mean, why don't you just build a space wall while we're at it? Of course, you have to make it, all around, so I guess it'd be more of a space sphere, like a moon. An opponent.
Very soon we're going to Mars.
Like a moon.
Sleepover. High on M&Ms. Let's play Space Force, and the Martians are going to pay for it.
Like a moon.
And here is the reverse angle that shows his border wall. But obviously, if you build the wall high enough...
now that, in fact, President Trump and the South Korean President Moon Jae-in are walking down now.
Live to the DMZ, the US President Donald Trump is expecting to meet now with the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on the border.
I say we give NASA one, we close them up. Wow, I didn't know they had an ice cream scooper in the 1700s. That's what's happening now. There's one guy in Pasadena at the controls. I'm on Mars, this is awesome. They call it the Rover. The Rover. What kind of lame-ass name is the Rover? Don't you have a marketing sign on the globe? I always knew what it was for. And the flat world flying. And the flat world flying. There can be no denying. I always knew what it was for. Which way to go? 96. How are we gonna know you're lying?
Pew, 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 pew.
Gotcha. I'll rig some sort of spray device. Remember, I used to be a pretty good crop duster. Oh, yeah. Later, huh? Right, later.
This is important, not just depth, because I'd hope...
It's part of their population control.
Again, all of this probably strikes you as wild-eyed craziness, flat Earth stuff.
On this majestic, flat Earth of ours.
Yes, Congressman.
And flat.
So it's really hard to believe that this is real.
On this majestic, flat Earth of ours. Well, if it ain't my bestest friend on God's flat Earth.
I want them to be self-sufficient. They need to get out into space.
That stuff is flat.
Kicks and deals. It's a long fly ball going back, and the ball.
And what? What's his name? Felix!
Children, listen to me. Look around you. All around you. As far as the eye can see, the Earth is flat.
You don't see the curvature of the Earth. You just don't. That stuff is flat.
The Earth is flat.
Oh. Again, all of this probably strikes you as wild-eyed craziness, flat stuff, Earth stuff. Flat Earth stuff.
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon.
The current members of the Flat Earth Society in Congress, they must have been founding members of the Flat Earth Society.
Flat Earth stuff.
Flat Earth.
We have Flat Earth Caucus.
To you.
But how do we know the Earth is not flat?
Again, all of this probably strikes you as wild-eyed craziness, flat Earth stuff.
Sun and I say, flat Earth's right.
If I use your product, am I going to like the way I look?
I guarantee it.
And they say it like they know it. And anyone who disagrees is a conspiracy, not a flat earth or a flat earth or a flat earth or a
Sun and I say, flat Earth's right.
Wake up, pay attention! Stop acting asleep!
Still water is always level.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you
He was
go.
also in
Up next.
Happy Gilmore, yeah.
An NBA star thinks NASA faked the moon landing. Finally, the truth comes out. Landing on the moon? You must be a loon.
Water is always level. And I think today, let's have still water.
Yeah, I think the world's flat.
Chris, but it's flat. Chris, but it's flat. Chris, but it's flat.
You better wake up and find out. Has been around you all of your life. You just didn't see it. A classic example, a humorous one to start with, a more serious later. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of this. It's been around for a while. Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. John Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. Abe Lincoln was elected president in 1860. John Kennedy was elected president in 1960. The names Lincoln and Kennedy both contain 7 letters. Both presidents were particularly concerned with civil rights. Both of the presidents' wives lost children while living in the White House. Both presidents were shot on a Friday in the head. President Lincoln's secretary was named Miss Kennedy. Kennedy's secretary was named Miss Lincoln. Both were assassinated by Southerners. Both were succeeded by Southerners. Andrew Johnson, who succeeded Lincoln, was born in 1808. Lyndon Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, was born in 1908. John Wilkes Booth, who assassinated Lincoln, was born in 1839. Lee Harvey Oswald, who assassinated Kennedy, in 1939. Both assassins were known by 3 names, John Wilkes Booth, Lee Harvey Oswald. Both names are comprised of 15 letters. President Lincoln was shot in a theater named Ford. Kennedy was shot in a car named Lincoln, made by Ford. John Wilkes Booth ran to a theater and was caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. Booth and Oswald were both assassinated before they could go to trial. And a week before Lincoln was shot, he was in Monroe, Maryland. A week before Kennedy was shot, he was with Marilyn Monroe.
No longer free, no longer brave, land of the free, home of the slave,
longer see, no longer save, robbing you blind, cradle to the grave, overtaxed and underpaid, draining you in disarray, keeping you afraid to play, locked in a mental cage, trapped in a mason's maze, keeping you asleep, making you obey. Most of the masses stuck in trances, never break out, never take chances. Take this message as a mental injection. I've got a mental objection with the information suppression and the military aggression, not to mention invasions of innocent nations where no weapons were found. Leaders were just clowning around, joking around, standing at the podiums, running their mouths, waving their arms, controlling the crowd. Meanwhile, there's blood on our hands, 1 million souls dead in that land. No one ever voted for their evil plan. Demons in disguise, committing war crimes right before your eyes. Mandatory vaccines increasing over time, poison in your mind, time to override. Building 7, 9/11 fell like a demolition, and the planes on the television only an illusion. Shills in collusion, shedding fake tears. Trolls cause confusion, feeding off your fears. Hoaxes in the news used to strip your rights. Their grip is tight, they can't stand the light. Let the dynamite blast with might. Let your soul shine bright. Let your soul take flight. It's alright. Soar right up to great heights. Stand up and fight these creatures of the night. No longer free, no longer brave, land of the free, home of the slave. No longer see, no longer save, robbing you blind, cradle to the grave. Listen here to christen a new mission. Get ambition, get a vision. Deeply driven, go the distance, get nutrition. Going vegan, see it through until fruition. Break tradition, deep addiction, causing friction. Bad condition, overridden. Break the prison, break perdition. Turn ignition, leave the system, make provisions. Stay in rhythm, intuition, with precision. Avoid collision and division or circumcision. Ammunition for opposition. Self-admission, split decision, exorcism. It is written, definition, a new mission. Change position, find what's missing. Recognition of religion, be forgiven. Souls unhidden, souls revision. Souls arisen, souls are Christian. Thank you, Lord, for these words, showing us a new mission.